Gaffer, we'll start with the injury situation and losing Mason Bennett on Monday night. Is there any update into his injury? Is it the same as the one that meant he didn't start, or is it something slightly different?
Something slightly, completely different, to be honest. I've just been told actually by Mick Rathbone that Mason will be out for possibly 6 weeks, which is a blow to us because I think he was coming on really strong. So yeah, shame for the lad, but he'll be back and we'll make sure he comes back fighting fit.
And just staying on that forward area, Sean Mikulski had to drop out in the warm-ups as well on Monday night. What's the situation with him? Is that an equally serious injury?
Not as serious, but still 2 to 4 weeks out, which is, blow to the forward department, and there'll be a chance for Tom Curzons now and to come into the reckoning, and he's been chomping at the bit and training well.
And when you lose players from a certain position, I guess it's important to have one that is in form. Jack Muldoon again on the score sheet on Monday night. It must be great to see him continuing that form over a period of 4 or 5 games now.
He's been excellent, and we had a chat in the summer about scoring goals because he's been such a selfless player for the team, for the club as a whole. For many years. We had a really frank conversation about numbers and putting goals to his name, and so far so good this season, and he's determined to score more goals. I think the fact that 3 and 4 as a centre forward, he'll thrive on that. He'll start visualising it more, start thinking opportunities that will be coming his way and taking them.
Looking at the other side of the injury situation and players who are potentially close to coming back in Tom Hill and Liam Gibson, how close are they to getting back to training and being available for selection again?
Yeah, I think Tom's been working really hard and he's getting closer, but he's still, I would think, a couple of weeks away. But Gibbo is very close. He's been training this week with the players and end of last week, and he's looking very strong.
So reflecting on Monday night, disappointing to lose the game late on, but what are the key takeaways that you've taken away from that game?
Just learn when we can play in our half and when we need runners in behind, and where we can mix the game up. I think if we could become too intense with our desire to play through no matter what, through high intensity areas in the pitch, we can possibly be unstuck. Even the best of teams can. So just mix our game up. So we've learnt from that, and I'm sure we'll be better from that learning curve, even though we want to win every game. And defensively, let's just stay intense. When we've had something to hang on to, when we've scored first, we've been really intense. And that can just be a mindset thing, but we're also working at that.
It feels like little adjustments rather than big changes, of course. And is that something that you have to get across to the players that, yes, we've lost 1 game, but we'd won 3 on the bounce before that? You mentioned before not getting too high when we go on a run of wins, and is this the opposite situation and not taking it and getting too deflated by a defeat?
Yeah, quite right. I think after a run of wins, it's making sure that not one player spoils it by going complacent. Equally, let's not catastrophise over a defeat that could have gone either way. We're just going to make sure that we drive each other on. We know where we want to end up this season, and we're hungry to keep getting better.
So it's Fleetwood away on Saturday. I think there's just 1 point that separates us in the table. Are you expecting a equally tight game as some of the recent encounters we've had between other teams?
Yeah, I think we can anticipate that. I thought they started very fast at their place last year. I'm sure, listening to Pete's post-match interviews over the last couple of games, he'll be trying to fire his players up. I know he wasn't very happy at all with their performance at Cheltenham last week, but looking at it, I don't think they played too badly. But I think that'll probably lead to a reaction this week, and we've got to make sure that we're strong, resilient, and we play our way when we can.
You mentioned that trip to Fleetwood, I think it was 9 months ago. I remember speaking and it felt like we were really down to the bare bones that day in terms of squad selection. We had to rely on a James Belshaw penalty save late on to get a point for us. Going into this game now, does it feel like we're in a much stronger position in terms of numbers, but also the quality we've got available to us? Yeah,
I think it's a far better place to be in terms of, for me as a manager with this squad, the optimism in the camp. We were were understaffed last year. To be honest, we were really short in numbers, and as a result, had a difficult December and up against big clubs at that time. So it was a perfect storm. Now we're looking to progress with a better squad and more equipped, probably, to do well.
Thank you.
Thank you.